Live. Okay, so today Common Core really is the same as G for geometry, CO for congruence, and number 11, which is proving theorems about polygons, which is like, many-sided figure. And specifically, most of this chapter really has to do with quadrilaterals, okay? Quadrilaterals. Those are four-sided figures, right? Okay, so right off the bat, we've got number one. So this is a hexagon, so I know that n is equal to 6 because there's 6 sides, right? Okay, let's go there. So find the sum of all interior angles. Now, of course, if you're taking this, you're going to, okay, well, sum of all interior angles. Got our notes, right? Everybody has their notes. So we look for interior angles. Okay, so I look for my formula. Sum of all interior angles. There it is. There's my little formula. Okay, so it's in my notes right there. So it says on number one that number one is going to be S equals 180 times n minus 2. That's the formula I have in my notes, right? And of course n is 6. So we're going to go S equals 180 times 6 minus 2, and we're just going to use a calculator. Let the calculator do the work for us. I'm going to go 180 times 6 minus 2, and I get an answer of 720. Easy? Easy, you just have to use our notes, okay? 2. Individual interior angle. So look at my notes, individual interior angle, hey, there it is, individual interior angle. So I have this formula right here, okay? So number 2, we're going to go our let's see, it's going to be A for our angle is equal to 180 times n minus 2 divided by n. So we're just using our notes that I gave you, right? There it is, individual interior angle. So n is 6. So we're going to go, okay, A is equal to 180 times 6 minus 2 divided by 6. And again, just let the calculator do the work for us. Fact, right? So I'm going to go my 180 parentheses 6 subtract 2 divided by 6. I get 120. Okay, how am I doing? Am I going slowly enough? Okay. So 120 degrees for each of these. So they're all about 120 degrees, okay? 3, sum of the exterior angles. Okay, so exterior angles, sum of the exterior angles. I'll look at my notes. Oh, exterior angles. Sum of exterior is 360. It's not even a formula. It's always 360. There's no formula, it's just 360. Okay, I'm just going to put down 360 for that. Piece of cake, huh? For an individual exterior angle, so that's number 4 I'll put here. Alright, 4, let's see. Here's my notes. Individual exterior angle must be regular, which it is. So it's 360 divided by n, so my formula is just 360 divided by n. So that's just going to be 360 divided by 6. Use a calculator, or we know 36 divided by 6 is 6, so it's just 60 degrees, okay? So, I'm sure tomorrow it won't be a hexagon. I'm sure it's going to be a different figure, but you've got your formulas, right? Everybody have these formulas? Okay, if you don't have these formulas, make sure you get them from friends, relatives, whomever, pets, whatever, okay? All right. Okay, next one. Am I okay? Thumbs up. Am I doing all right? Okay. Find the value of each interior angle. Okay, so first of all, BAD, triangle bad, angle bad, the bad one, BAD is 84. So this whole thing is 84 degrees, okay? Now, it's a parallelogram. Now, what we know about parallelograms is that opposite angles are going to be equal. So this is 84, this is 84, okay? I also know that consecutive angles are supplementary, right? 180, totally right. So I'm just going to go 180 minus 84. Okay.
96.
You're way ahead of me. I like that, Katie. Thank you. And I get 96. So angle B is 96, and so is angle D is 96. Now, one thing I don't know is it doesn't cut them, it does not bisect the angles, okay? The angles are not bisected, so I can't call this one 42, 42. I can't, because they aren't bisected. But that's it. That's all I can do. Find the value of each interior angle. Boom, there we go. Got it, got it, got it. Not too bad, right? Opposite angles are equal. Consecutive angles are supplementary, okay? Good. Okay, now, determine if the quadrilateral is a parallelogram. Well, yes, and of course, but what's the theorem? I don't know. I got to look at my notes, right? I'm not sure which theorem it is, but I got to look at my notes. And my notes.
Would it be congruent sides or congruent with each other?
Yeah. I've got it. It says,
We can't see it.
well, Katie, thank you for always helping me. So I've got this picture right here. It's the exact same picture, my notes, right? So it's theorem 632, where opposite sides of congruence becomes a parallelogram. So I'm going to go theorem 6, 3, 2. I mean, I just got my notes, right? There it is, same picture. Okay, and it says that opposite sides congruent must be a parallelogram. Okay, there it is. And it's just in our notes. We just found it right there. Easy. You guys know you're the only class I have that gets user notes on tests. You guys are it. So if you have good notes, you got her made, right? All the rest of my classes, they get a tiny little 3x5 note card. And then they take all their notes up to the office. They shrink them down super small and they paste them on a note card, which works, right? Okay, turn the page, huh? Hey, we're almost there. We're cruising, huh? Okay, it's a rhombus. Well, what do we know about a rhombus? All four sides are equal, aren't they? And diagonals cut each other in half at, well, not at 90, but diagonals definitely bisect each other, okay? All right, so let's take a look, see what we've got, okay? So, first of all, let's find the value of x. These two sides have to be equal, because it's a rhombus. So, let's first set our 6x plus 1 equal to 8x minus 2, okay? Let's solve. Minus 6x minus 6x. Got a 1 equals a 2x minus 2. Plus 2, I get 3 equals 2x. Divide by 2. 3 divided by 2 is 1.5. It really is. You can check it on your calculator. But 3 divided by 2, okay? Okay, so if x is 1.2, let's figure out what the value of wx is. So wx, let's take our 1.5 and put in for x. Right there, okay? So that means I'm going to have 6 times 1.5 plus 1. And some of you, I mean this honestly, use your calculator. Because some of you guys make mistakes. Not that I don't make mistakes. I make them all the time. But let's not make mistakes. So let's use the calculator for sure. So I'm going to go 6 times 1.5. Oops, I can get rid of that. Delete plus 1. And an answer of 10. So this side is 10. So wx is 10. Good. xv. xv. Let's see. xv is right here. Well, if x is 1.5, put our 1.5 in there. So I'm going to go 2 times 1.5, and that's probably going to be 3, isn't it? So xv is going to be 3. And then wz. wz is right there. I don't need to plug in because I know these are equal, right? I know if that's 10, that's 10. I could plug it in, but it's got to be 10, right? Aren't those two sides equal? So that's 10. Easy. Easy. Okay. Here's the one that was just like a worm. So before we do anything, kite. Right off the bat, when you see this, everybody, when you see this, first thing I want you to do is put a 90 degree, put a 90 right there, okay? It's a kite, so put your 90 in there, and then it becomes pretty easy, okay? It's a kite that's got to be 90, Now it says find each angle measure. I can do that. So if it's a kite, I know if that's 72, that's 72, because these angles are bisected. Claire, you're totally right. These are not. These are equal to each other, but they're not bisected, where these are bisected but not equal to each other. Let me say that again. These are not equal to each other, but the opposite angles are equal to each other. These opposite angles are not equal to each other, but they're bisected, okay? Okay, let's do a little triangle stuff. Now, one of the things you guys say, and you're totally correct, totally right, that in a triangle it does add up to 108. Totally right. But if there's already 90 of it, let's shortcut that and just know that these two also have to equal 90. It's just faster. You could go this plus this equals 180. Wouldn't it be faster to say, okay, what's 90 minus 54? That'd be faster, because if these two add up to 90, with that, there's your 180, right? Make a little bit of sense? Okay, so it's 90 minus 54. I get a 36. Well, that's got to be 36 also, right? Aren't those two equal? Now, if that's 54, that's 54. That makes sense. Those are equal, right? The only thing I don't know yet is these little angles in here. Well, same thing. I know these two angles have to add up to 90, because 90 of its used here. So let's go 90 minus my 72. Is that 18?
Yes.
18 and 18. And then Nicole answered how to do that today on the warm-up. So that might be the question tomorrow, right, Nicole? You know how to do that. I know you do. Okay, easy so far? All right, slide it up. Okay, here we go. So find measure of MN. So here's what I know. MN, this plus AB divided by 2 equals 40, okay? So I'm just going to say, all right, this plus this divided by 2. Now here's a faster way. You want to see a faster way? Think about average. What's the difference between these two? What's the difference between these two? This is about 8. So what do you think this is going to be? How about 48?
Yeah.
Let's do the math though. If it's going to be an average, then it's got to be in the middle. Think about this. What does average mean? Means in the middle. So if 40 is going to be in the middle between 32 and something, if that goes up 8, that's got to go down 8. That makes sense for an average. But we'll do the math anyway, okay? That seems a much easier way though. So if I go, okay, what is MN plus 32 divided by 2 equals 40, okay? So that's this plus this divided by 2 equals 40, okay? First step, multiply up the 2. Let's multiply up the 2 times by 2 times by 2. MN plus 32 equals 80, right? And then minus 32, minus 32. I've got 80 minus 32 equals 48, and that's kind of what I thought it was going to be, right? You get the idea why that would have to be 48 if it's an average. If it's in the average, average means like in the middle, right? That means if that's 40 to there, and then 40 to there, okay? All right, now, seems like a lot of homework, doesn't it? But you know what? Some of you need practice. You need practice. Now, it's like this, again. I know I'm grumpy. Forgive me for being grumpy. But it's like this. Would you go to football practice and sit there and watch practice all day? One, your coach would yell at you, and I promise I'll yell at you today too. And the second thing is, you're not going to know the plays, right? Any sport, you're not going to know the plays, right? You're going to be in trouble. So same thing here. We got to practice, all right?